But I think that what I would love to ask first is like, when did you first start thinking about starting an online community? You know, we all have that transition where we go from like we're in our own headspace to thinking about like how can we, how can we create an influence? How can we create community? And I would love to hear what that was like for you. When did you first start thinking about doing that?
I started thinking about it about a week after I did it, which is basically my MO with everything. I'm very much a ready, fire, aim type person. So there was no master plan. Like if you're coming to me for like the playbook on how to plan all this out and strategize, I'm not the person for that. But honestly, it all started because when I started doing web stuff, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how. I couldn't spell CSS. I had no idea about any of this. So I had to do a lot of education, and I found YouTube channels, and that kind of led me into some communities on Facebook, got involved with those, and just was blown away. For those people not familiar with WordPress, the best part of WordPress, and it's not even close, is the community that's around it. There are thousands of people all across the globe that use this piece of software and contribute to this piece of software. And there are so few people that are protective of what they know. Everybody shares everything. And it blew me away. I came from the print industry where, if the sign shop across the street drove by while we were doing something, we'd hide it. We didn't want them to know anything, to get into the space where everybody was sharing everything, like every detail, which was mind blowing to me and so cool. And not to mention, like, propelled me tremendously, going from not knowing anything to having all these people's help. So getting involved with those communities was so cool, and meeting people across the globe. I got friends in so many countries now, which is great. But being in those communities, I'm like, I guess to add on to that, and I know I'm being long-winded, I connected with a guy that does web design as well. He was actually looking to outsource some stuff to me, but we hit it off, and we just realized that alone our businesses were growing. But once we started like talking daily and sharing, hey, this customer needs this, what should I do here, and going back and forth, our growth was just so exponential because we were learning from each other's mistakes, right? We were saying, oh no, I already did that didn't work, try this. And we were skipping a bunch of those like really heartbreaking, expensive lessons that we would have had to do on our own. So once we realized that, and I don't think we realized that right away, we realized that 6 months later or so, we're like, well, there's got to be more people that could benefit from this too. And it'd be so cool to get more of these people involved. So it was literally like, I think I called them. I remember the afternoon I called them and explained the idea of like, we should start our own thing with kind of this philosophy. And part of that was a podcast that went along with it to bring on other web developers and share kind of what they're working on, what they're doing and all that. I think I told them that afternoon on a phone call, and the next day everything was set up and we were inviting people in. So there was no master plan at all other than like, let's try this and see where it goes. And it's been 4.5 years or so now, and it's grown quite a bit since then.